What's up, y'all? So it's 11:55 p.m. It's about to strike 12 a.m. Um, in 5 minutes here. So I want to share a little story with y'all about me and my mother and I, about my music, about the topic of my music. My mother had never heard my music before. She knew nothing about my spiritual gifts. She didn't know I could rap. She didn't know I could sing. She knew I was a comedian because she was, so she instilled that in me. And she knew that I was the truth because she instilled the truth in me. But as far as my spiritual gifts, she never knew who I was. She was too busy entertaining. I'm not even going to go there. She was entertaining a few things. She had about 3 or 4 things that she was entertaining, 5 at the max. And 2 years prior to her passing away, to her perishing, I finally decided to open up and let her hear some of my music because my mother, she was a distant mother. Distant mother. My mother was a distant mother. She loved from a distance. But she was friends with everybody on the streets. I don't care who they was. She was friends with them. I don't care what gang they came out of. She was friends with them. My mother was known. She was a trap star. She was known. And 2 years prior to her passing, I finally decided to open up and let her hear my music. And my mother had 3 things to say about my music because, see, when I lived in Atlanta, I was on the radio. I was on student college radio, and I was on AM radio. I never made it to FM radio because I had to get home because that's about the time that shit was finna go down with her. So I never got to go that far. But I had a childhood friend that has a radio station, and I was able to pump some things from Atlanta to 217, from 404 to 217. I was able to pump a few things, and he was in Texas, and he's still in Texas. So there was 404 that was Texas area code, and there was 217 Illinois. So I was able to put a few things into circulation, and she got a chance to hear me. And she couldn't believe it was me. She thought that it was somebody else. When she heard my music, she had 3 things to say about my music. The first 2 things I thought she didn't approve of, but the third thing struck a home run. She said, after she heard it, and she kept listening to it for a while, in her 2-year lifespan of narrowing her time down, one night she got on the phone and she called me about my music. And she said, "McCall?" I said, "Ma'am?" She said, "That is the most weirdest, strangest," I didn't think she liked it, "beautifulest music I have ever heard in my life." Oh man, it let some type of blow off of me. Where she said that it was the most beautifulest thing she had ever heard in her life. So I'm so glad she approved of my music, and I hope she took some home with her. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. My mom thought my music was the most weirdest, strangest, beautifulest music she's ever heard in her life. And this is my mother that come out of Tennessee. Little country girl. She said that was the most weirdest, strangest, beautifulest music she's ever heard in her life.